Today I'm breaking down Amazon S3, the backbone of AWS storage. And to help you test your knowledge, I'll be wrapping up with 2 exam-style questions about S3 that follow the official certification structure. So what is it? It's like having a folder on your computer that never runs out of space and can be shared with anyone, anywhere. But instead of regular folders, Amazon S3 organizes everything into buckets. Think of these as your main top-level folders. Each bucket gets a unique name across all of AWS, kind of like reserving a username that nobody else can use. Inside these buckets, you store your actual files, which S3 calls objects. These objects can be anything: images, video, text files, backups, you name it. And just like with folders on your computer, you can create paths within a bucket to organize things. S3 also has lifecycle policies. Think of it as setting up auto cleanup for your files. You can tell S3 to move older files to cheaper storage or deletes temporary files automatically after a certain time. Plus, S3 keeps your data safe by storing copies in multiple locations. So even if one of those data centers has problems, your files are still safe and accessible. How does it work? First, you create your bucket, then just upload whatever you need to store. Once your data is in S3, you get powerful controls to manage it. You can control exactly who accesses your data, keeping it private or sharing it only with those who need it. S3 protects and secures your data with encryption options and access logs. You get full visibility into your storage within monitoring tools to track usage. Need global reach? Just replicate your data to any AWS region around the world. Save money by moving less used files to cheaper storage classes automatically. And you can access everything from your company network or AWS VPC. All this happens after 4 simple steps. Create your bucket, pick a region, set your access controls, and choose your management options. That's the beauty of S3, powerful features with minimal setup. I'll dive deeper into 3 fundamentals here. First, control access to data. Second, data replication. Third, cost optimization. When talking about control access, we need to cover both the user-based and resource-based approaches, and also mention some critical concepts. First, encryption options are essential knowledge. S3 offers server-side encryption S3, managed by Amazon, SSE-KMS, using AWS Key Management Service, and SSE-C, using your own keys. Client-side encryption is also an option for sensitive data. Second, understanding that S3 security is multi-layered. Beyond what's shown here, VPC endpoints allow private connections to S3 without traversing the public internet, crucial for some security patterns. Third, S3 access points provide dedicated access controls for shared datasets, simplifying permissions for applications with different access needs. Fourth, S3 supports both access logging and AWS CloudTrail for comprehensive audit necessary for compliance requirements. When implementing S3 security, you will typically use a combination of user-based and resource-based controls. User-based controls through IAM determine what actions specific users can perform across AWS, while resource-based controls, like bucket policies, define what can happen to specific S3 resources regardless of who's requesting access. This dual-layer approach creates defensive systems in depth. For temporary access needs, you can use pre-signed URLs. They grant time-limited access to objects without requiring permanent IAM credentials. This is perfect for allowing downloads or uploads without really modifying your security policies. Finally, block public access settings. These were specifically created after high-profile data leaks. Remember, they can be applied at both bucket and account levels, creating multiple safety nets against accidental public exposure. For replication, you've got two options. Same region replication is great when you want a backup in the same geographic area. Cross-region is your disaster recovery hero. If one AWS region goes down, your data is safe somewhere else. Just remember, when you delete stuff using tags, those deletions don't replicate. And if you need to replicate existing objects, batch replication has your back. When we talk about replication in Amazon S3, we are discussing one of the most powerful features for ensuring data availability and compliance. As you can see, S3 offers two main types: cross-region replication for copying data between AWS regions, and same region replication for copying within the same region. Also worth noting is that S3 replication supports filters, allowing you to replicate only specific prefixes or objects with certain tags. This gives you fine-grained control over what gets replicated and what not. Finally, when implementing replication for compliance, consider combining it with S3 object lock to create a write-once, read-manage storage that satisfies regulatory requirements, something very valuable for industries like financial services or healthcare. Amazon S3 storage classes are all about optimizing your storage while maintaining the right level of access for your data. Let's break down what you are seeing and add some key insights. S3 standard is what you should use for frequently accessed data. For workloads need milliseconds access like websites, content distribution, or mobile apps. What's not shown here is that standard offers 99.99% availability and 11 nines of durability. As we move down to the list, we essentially trading accessibility for cost savings. Standard infrequent access and one zone infrequent access cost about 40 to 6% less than standard, but you will pay retrieval fees, making them ideal for backups and disaster recovery files. The Glacier family is where the serious cost saving happen, up to 9% cheaper than standard. What's critical to understand is the retrieval model. With Glacier Instant Retrieval, you are paying more than the other Glacier tiers, but getting millisecond access. With Flexible and Deep Archive, you are committing to longer retrieval times, but paying significantly less. Intelligent Theory is unique. It's the only one that automatically moves objects between access tiers based on changing usage patterns. While there is a small monitoring fee, it can save you from 15 to 40% on storage costs without performance impact. What's the best? Use lifecycle policies to automatically transition objects between classes as they age. Start with standard for the new data and gradually move to cheaper tiers as access patterns change. Alright, now let's test your knowledge with two exam style questions about S3. I'll give you guys a little time to read it through and think of this solution for it. For this one, the correct answer will be pre-signed URLs, since they allow security access to objects in a bucket without exposing credentials. Let's move on to the last question. So I'll give you guys the same time to think about it, and then I will tell you the resolution. The correct answer for this one is S3 Glacier Deep Archive, since it's the most cost-effective option for archiving infrequently accessed data. If you found this helpful for your AWS journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Drop a comment if you have questions about S3 or other AWS services you'd like me to cover next time. Thanks for watching.